what's up, guys? I hope you're fantastic. I hope you're healthy and well, and you're getting a lot of practice time in. So what I want to talk to you about today is how to change a groove and a fill with just orchestrating one limb. So when you learn a pattern, you're not just going to get all the ideas handed to you on a silver platter. You get one idea, and I'm guilty of this too. You take the pattern and you learn it and you say, okay, I got the pattern, I got it down, and you move on to the next thing. Well, don't just move on to the next thing. It's like a language. When you first started learning your first words, you learned what they sounded like, you learned how to pronounce it, and you learned how to generally use it. But when we started learning other words and other dynamics with our voices, we started using that word in different sentences. So music is kind of the same way. So I'm going to take two patterns today. We're going to take a fill and we're going to take a groove, and we're going to break it down into how we can change the feel of the groove and the fill just by moving one limb. So we're going to start with the halftime shuffle. So the halftime shuffle is just shuffling up on the hi-hat, and we're bringing down beat 3 for the halftime feel, and we're going to ghost note all of the ands. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Okay, so that is the standard groove that we're going to play, and you might have heard this called the Purdy Shuffle after Bernard Purdy. So I'm just going to show you what that groove feels like if you're not sure of the halftime shuffle. Now, you don't have to keep it halftime. If you want to play this in a straight groove, that's fine. Get it a little bit more funkier. You can play the backbeats on 2 and 4. But it's up to you, whatever you want to do, and you can use this idea with all of your grooves. And I suggest that you try this out with all the new things that you're learning and seeing if you could put a little bit of spice over top of what you already know to make it a different feel. All right, so all I'm going to do now is take my left hand up and play some of the ands, some of the ghost notes I was playing on the snare drum up on the hi-hat. So I'm just going to be creative and experiment around with different notes, bringing the left hand up. And if you look, I'm going to slide that left hand up under the right hand and just hit the top tip of the stick. We don't need to come over here. That's too much time to bring the hands over and open them. So I'm just going to bring it up here and kind of slide off the side of the hi-hat. Let's give it a try. So you can see that it can be a lot of fun just experimenting around with filling in those notes up on the hi-hat. It just changes the whole feel of that groove. But we still have the halftime shuffle going, and it's a really fun exercise, and I would suggest trying to do this with a lot of your other grooves. All right, so now we're going to get into the fill. So the sticking for the fill is just right, left, left, kick. Right, left, kick, okay? Okay, so the orchestration for beat 1 is going to be the right hand playing the first right up on the hi-hat. Make sure you play that kick with it, because when we turn it around, there's going to be a double kick. On beat 2, we're keeping the right hand here, but we're bringing the left hand up on the hi-hat. Now, you notice I didn't put a kick on that first right. So that one's a little different than beat 1. So when you put them together, it sounds something like this. All right, so all we're going to do is change the first beat. We're going to move the hi-hat from where it's at on the first beat. We're keeping the second beat the same. So what we're going to do first is take the second right and move it up on the hi-hat. We're going to keep the first right left on the snare, move up the second right. That would sound like this. And then the second one is the same. Okay? So already you can feel that fill sounds like it changed. Well, it's the same fill, we're just moving the accent. We're moving the feel, moving the limb to make it sound different. All right, the next one, we are going to take the first right left, put it up on the hi-hat, keep everything else down on the snare, and keep the second beat the same. All right, for this next one, we're going to be moving the second right left up to the hi-hat. So we have right, left, left, kick. Right, left, kick. The second beat is the same. Let's give that a try. And the last one, we're going to be bringing the first right up and the last left up before the kick. So we got and the second beat is the same. Let's give that a try. All right, so once you've gotten all of those down and comfortable moving your hands in different places, come up with your own ideas. See where else you can get this fill to change feeling, and see if you can get some accents and some different hands somewhere else. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play that shuffle that we learned in the beginning, moving my hands around, getting creative, and then I'm going to play one or two of the fills that we learned and just mix them in. So sounds something like this. So you can see that could be a lot of fun. And all I did was take the original idea and start messing around with the accents and the orchestrations with some of my hands. Now you can go a step further and start orchestrating it around the kit, start moving your kicks around, and just try to get different voicings out of this. Don't just learn the pattern and move on to the next thing. Go down the rabbit hole, make the best out of every situation you can with that pattern. And the next step would be to put on some music and see if you can flow with this in a music situation. All right, guys, so I hope I inspired you to take your ideas one step further and start investigating what else you can do with your ideas and your patterns that you're learning. And I hope you got some good ideas out of this. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please subscribe down below, because every week I'm posting more and more technique stuff and different ideas. All right, guys, stay healthy and well, and I'll see you next time.